What's up YouTube, it's Kira here. We're back with another video. If you're new to my channel, welcome. My name is Kirarai, and if you're returning, then welcome back. Before we get into it, make sure you go ahead and like, comment, share, and subscribe. And if you want to be notified immediately when I post a new video, hit that notification bell as well. Okay, so today's video is going to be pretty quick. I just wanted to get on here and talk about top 10 goals that I have for when I move to New York. If you are new to my channel and you don't know, I'm moving to New York this month because I'm going to grad school at Columbia, and I'm going to pursue my dreams of being a professional dancer there. So crazy. I wanted to list out some goals for myself, that way I can add them to my vision board and just, you know, keep my mind on track and focused up there, because there's so many things happening to New York, and I want to make sure that I'm going in with a game plan ready and determined. So goal number one, and I have them written down on my phone, y'all know I got the notes. Goal number one is to always go through God and pray before I step. Like I just mentioned, there are so many things that are possible in New York. Like, so many things can happen. And honestly, just when I was there in over spring break in March, like, I got asked to be a part of this like opportunity that was happening there, and eagerly I was just like, yes, I'll do it. But now I'm kind of like, I'm not really sure if that's for me, if I want to do it. And it was just like joining a small little dance company in Brooklyn. So I say always go through God first and pray, because there are so many opportunities in New York. I don't want to end up doing something or aligning myself with something that's actually not meant for me, and end up doing something simply because I act out of eagerness. The goal is to stay on track and do things that are really best for me and that will set me up for my future. I also don't want to get distracted and end up in the wrong place, the wrong time. Like, no, like, I want to keep having a clear head and always going to God, you know, hey, I got this opportunity. Is this for me? Is this something that I should go for, that I should participate in? And then just wait for him to answer and then move on from there. You know, I don't have time to be wasting my time, and I don't want to waste my time doing things that are not going to be beneficial for me in the future. So that's goal number one. Goal number two is to make as many connections as possible. Baby, we in New York, okay? I'm trying to be a dancer. So just the dance world, it's so funny because it seems really big, but it is so small. And sometimes it takes just knowing one person that can open the door to a ton of opportunities. And so I just want to make sure that I'm putting myself out there and making connections. You know, I used to struggle with wanting to go up to people and introduce myself, but now I'm like, baby, this is New York, like, we gonna have to. Hi, my name is Kira Daniel. I am la 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 la. I've grown into that, but I definitely want to be more in attack mode and more hustle mode, since there are so many people up there and just so many opportunities, and I don't want to miss out on something just because I was afraid to say hello. And so yeah, making connections is really big for me. I used to have this friend, and he would always scream, make connections, make connections, make connections, and I'd be like, bro, stop. But now I'm like, right on. I get what you mean now. Goal number three is to make new friends and open up. Okay, I don't have an issue with meeting new people, but it's the consistency in wanting to continue to reach out to them and keep the relationship ongoing. That's what I kind of struggle with. Being here, being at TCU, you know, I've gotten comfortable. I've got, you know, I have my people. But now that I'm moving, you know, those people, they're not there. You know, it's not easy access. I can just drive down the road, woo and say, hey, let me pull up, kind of thing. I want to challenge myself to just make new friends. It's good that I'm going to school there because I have an institution and I have a whole cohort of like almost 50 people that I can become friends with. And so that's a good start, having that institutional support. But outside of school, like, I have some old friends in the city, and I want to make friends with people in the dance scene who are, you know, in A-League, Gibney, DTH, just like all of these things, because that plays part in making connections. And who knows, like, these may end up being my best friends down the line. They may end up being my wedding down the line. They may end up helping me get a job down the line. So I just want to make sure that, again, this goes along with making connections, but just making friends and not feeling as if I have to isolate myself just because it's something new, you know? Like, it's totally okay for me to put myself out there and be like, yo, let's hang out, let's go get a drink. So yeah, definitely want to challenge myself to make more friends. Moving on to number four. This is dance accountability. Bro, I filmed this video yesterday and I took a dance class on Wednesday, and every time I get in the studio on my own accord, I'm like, wow, like, I should be doing this more. But because of like money, and because I don't have someone telling me go take class, it's very easy to like slack off and not stay in shape, you know, taking classes all the time. So I say dance accountability because I don't have an institution telling me you need to be in class at 9:30 a.m. You know, like it is really on me to make this happen for myself, you know, put myself out there and in front of people that are giving the jobs away. I'm going to be in school, but I'm going to have a lot of time on my hands because I have class like literally once a day for like an hour and a half. And so in those off times when I'm not doing homework or whatever, like I can be in a studio, I can be going to class and making sure I'm staying in shape, staying up to par, you know, with my training. That's definitely gonna be easier said than done because baby, money paying for drop-in classes is so like, it's draining. Like just classes at Broadway Dance Center, I think I paid like $25 for one class, and I'm like, oh, that's a whole meal. That's like that's multiple meals actually. So I definitely like will need to plan accordingly and make sure that I'm budgeting out a certain amount of money every month for classes. But yeah, I really need to stay on top of that, and I'm actually excited because I think it will be a challenge, but it'll be one that I'm up to. Yeah. And then on the other side of that, I also want to get myself out there with teaching. I love teaching, I love choreographing, and definitely I've only choreographed 2 pieces. Well, I've choreographed more than 2 pieces, but most recently I've choreographed 2 pieces for a school, and they made me very excited, and I was so proud of the outcome. And so I want to definitely build a name for myself as a choreographer while I'm up there as well. And so making sure that I'm reaching out to schools, you know, dance companies, being like, hey, do you have any teaching positions open? And then hoping that leads to something else, you know, saying, hey, I choreograph as well. You know, I don't mind starting small because we all have to start from somewhere and work our way up. But again, I just want to make sure that I'm holding myself accountable and putting myself out there and doing those things, saying that, and doing the things that I know will help set me up for my future. Oh, and I forgot to say, but getting a teaching job is number 5. Ideally, I want to, it would be really, really dope if I could teach at Dance Theater of Harlem, because they are a ballet company, but I would love to teach modern classes there, as well as get back on point. I actually just pancaked my for the first time pancaked a pair of point shoes because I do want to get back on point. And so yeah, Dance Theater of Harlem, I have a lot of connections there, and so I'm just hoping that, you know, God just places his hands on that company and on me and just merge the 2 of us together, you know. But yeah, teaching is number 5. Ideally at Dance Theater of Harlem, but also at any studios that are welcoming and open to having more teaching artists. Okay, goal number 6, giving myself grace. There are so many new things that I'm about to experience, like specifically with school. You know, it's a whole new school, it's a new system, new way of registering for classes, new environment, like just a whole lot of newness with dance, newness with people, like people from all over, you know, like everything is changing, like seriously everything is changing. And in the midst of change, like that's when I need to take deep breaths and give myself the most grace. I sometimes have a habit of just being hard on myself, especially when I don't get things right away. Me moving to New York, it's like I can't even try to predict what's gonna happen when I get there. And so just being able to, again, take a deep breath and just take things as they are, take things one step at a time, I think that's very, very important. Another thing, specifically speaking about school, this is my first time not having dance be the focus of my education. Dance was always the reason why I went to school, and I guess dance is still the reason why I'm choosing to go to school, why I'm choosing to go to school and get my degree in arts admin. But I've never not had dance classes at school, you know. And so it's definitely going to be interesting. Like I was talking to a friend the other day, I was like, bro, like it's not like I'm going to modern, like I'm going to cultural data and analysis. Like, bro, what? Like I have to take a finance class, like it's crazy. Like these aren't just basic core classes along with dance. Like, I mean, these aren't just basic class requirements and dance is my core. Like, no, like finance is a core. Like crazy, mind-blowing. But again, it's exciting. But that's another reason why I want just to have that self-accountability when it comes to taking dance classes outside, because if I stay consistent with that, then I can, like, mentally I can make it seem as if, oh, okay, you know, I am here for dance, but these are just classes that I take on the side. So talking about number 7 is YouTube, of course. Okay, in my head, I'm like, I'm gonna have a lot of time on my hands. Like I only have class Monday and Monday through Thursday maybe, and it's just one class a day. So I'm like, Kira, you got time to make the content, boo boo. I have a really big YouTube goal for myself, that is to just stay on the grind, like stay on the grind, stay 3 videos a week. Typically when the school year starts, and when I was in undergrad, it was very hard for me to even get 1 video a week out. But I'm thinking that, okay, Kira, you have more time on your hands, a lot more time on your hands, like maybe it'll be good. Like stick with 3 videos a week, and if you need to go down, then you will. But the goal is to stay consistent. I am soon to be monetized. I need to get those watch hours up. I always hated during the school year when it got hard for me to make videos, because I didn't like letting you guys down, and I've just been in this routine, and I'm used to creating videos consistently during the week. So having to step away from that, it was just like, I felt like my life was falling apart. But I definitely want to capture as many memories and moments as I can in the city. I will be there for at least 2 years, and I'm praying for more than that. But you know, if 2 years is it, then I want to get all those memories on camera. Moving on to number 8, and I talked about this a little bit in goal number 3, but a goal of mine is to connect with old friends, in addition to making new friends. This is number 8. I have a ton of old friends in the city. A lot of people that I went to high school with, they went to college in the city and they ended up staying there, and so I miss them, and so I'm very excited to now be going into their environment and just being able to rekindle and reconnect with them. Yeah, I have some that went to Juilliard and some that went to NYU, so I'm really looking forward to seeing them again, because they were just so great to see in high school. And so now being in their environment and getting to see them on a more like consistent basis, I think that's going to be really exciting, and our friendship can grow, and I can see just what it turns into. Number 9 is exploring, y'all. Exploring literally as much as I can. I just want to make sure that I'm just literally soaking it all in, because it's New York, and pretty much all the states in the north are like close to one another. Like it ain't nothing to just buy a train ticket and hop on a train and go to Maine, go to Jersey, go to DC, you know, all of these places that I've been wanting to explore. And so yeah, I'm really excited. I'm just taking advantage of all the things that the city has to offer. Lastly, number 10, and this is probably the biggest one, and that is continuing to be me and also become. I'm not really worried about being strongly influenced by other people and all that stuff, because I have a very strong sense of self, and I've definitely gotten okay with saying absolutely not to certain things. But because, you know, there's so much that can be done, there's so many different kinds of people, you know, I just want to make sure that I'm staying me and staying true to myself, and not feeling as if I need to change myself to adjust and fit in. You know, I feel like I did so much of that, so much code switching, especially in undergrad, and it got really exhausting. Like I didn't start fully being me until my junior year, and then I kind of lost it again my senior year. So going into this new space, I just want to make sure that I'm going in, you know, feeling, you know, knowing that I am enough, and knowing that I have just as much to offer, just as the people who have been there all their lives. The dance world is very competitive, because I am starting point again and all this stuff, like I'm done feeling intimidated by other people in the room. You know, I have something to say. My voice is just as powerful. My movement is just as powerful. So yeah, just making sure that that's always going through my mindset, and that I don't end up with a lot of like negative self-talk. This is the time to become. This is the time for me to really step into the things that God has for me. Especially, you know, I feel like I got a lot of confirmation of, hey, Kira, New York is where you're supposed to be next. Yeah, just focusing on just letting God continue to build me and grow me and shape me into who I'm meant to be for whatever, you know, comes down the line. I'm really excited for that. I'm sure there will be trials, and I'm sure there will be challenges, tears, I'm adjusting, but just remembering that like all of this is happening for a reason, and God wouldn't have placed me in this environment if it weren't for something. If it weren't for my good, and if it didn't mean that greater wasn't coming. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap up this video. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed watching, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.